Well, this little guy is a treat for all the gadget lovers out there. The Wuben G5 flashlight. Let's go. This is my first flashlight from Wuben, and it does things a little different from other small lights. So, how does the G5 stack up? This flashlight was purchased with my own money. This is my own subjective review with no external input. This is the box you will receive. Included, you will find an instruction booklet, a lanyard, a split ring, and a USB-A to USB-C cable. Oops, did I call this a flashlight? Wuben prefer to call it an easy carry light. This is manufactured mostly from metal and feels built like a tank. It is a very hands-on light with lots to manipulate. I think people will get their fidget fix while using it. The head rotates through 180 degrees and feels precise in operation with small detents in the middle and extremes. The scroll wheel is used to control brightness or select colour. We have the main button on the side. The sliding switch controls the lockout feature. On the opposite side, there is a pocket clip. On the bottom, we have a magnet. Next to this, we have a small hole to attach a keyring or lanyard. Unfortunately, this also goes through the bottom and not just the sides, which may impede tail standing or magnetic attachment. I'll put the official specifications, controls and runtimes on screen now. You can pause the video if needed to read through them. With the lockout enabled, the switch does nothing and there is no visible indication. Once unlocked, a single click will turn the light on or off. Memory mode will recall the last used brightness level. When on, a double click will toggle between turbo and normal light modes. In normal mode, the scroll wheel will ramp up or down the brightness. This isn't true stepless though. I counted 7 different levels. The light will blink once to indicate you have reached the lowest or highest setting. The brightness ranges from 2 to 400 lumens. Here is a look at the beam profile. In normal mode, holding down the button will toggle between white and RGB modes. In the latter, the scroll wheel is used to select from one of the 7 colours available. There are no brightness levels here. A single click will enable the RGB beacon mode. The scroll wheel has no function here. You will need to exit beacon mode to select a different colour. To turn off, you can either click the button or slide the lockout switch. From off, a double click will enter RGB flashing mode, red and blue. Double click again to cycle through red and green, red and yellow, and back to red and blue. Out in the garden to get a look at this in the dark and some beam shots. We're ramping up from low to high. It is exactly 10 meters to the fence. I am about 8.5 to 9 meters from the camera. Now the RGB lights. And finally the flashing RGB lights. The main light at its highest level ran for an impressive 1 hour, which exceeds the stated 50 minutes. The pocket clip is neatly tucked in when not in use. When needed, simply pull it out to the side, then flip over to the front or back as required. In use, the clip is very stiff without much give. It will certainly hold securely once in place, but can be a little hard to attach on thicker items. On the back side of the clip head are some small grooves. These help when putting the clip back in the stowed position. Simply pinch, pull out to the side and release. It is simple to manipulate the clip and light head to get the beam orientation required, such as front facing when clipped to a bag or jacket. The magnet on the bottom is reasonably strong. Using the lanyard hole at the same time may pose an issue with thicker items. Let's see how it fares. For a size comparison, here is the light with a AA and AAA battery. You can check the battery level by holding down the power button from off. Solid blue is healthy, flashing blue is good, solid red is getting low, and flashing red means the battery needs charged. Slide the cover up to expose the USB-C socket. The red light will indicate it is charging and turn blue when fully charged. The light is also fully operational while charging. A full charge takes approximately 1.5 hours. So this is my take on the Wuben G5. It's a fun little light, and I think the overall design is actually very clever. The rotating head combined with a clip or magnet really lets you get this pointing where you need. I have found it really handy in my testing when doing odd jobs around the house. The button is recessed and not easy to accidentally activate, although you have the lockout switch as a safeguard. This slides smoothly and is easy to move, but has never been unlocked in error in my pocket. The magnet and clip both work well, although I wish the latter was a little less rigid in use. This is definitely one of my favourite small flashlights. This light just disappears into the coin pocket on a pair of jeans, and I think it makes a perfect little EDC light for around the house. It really has the gadget factor and is like something James Bond would be using.
Yes, Miss Moneypenny. I think I'll take the Wuben G5.